What is up, y'all? It's your girl Brand New, and I'm back in a motherfucking building. This time I am back, honey, for a recap of Married to Medicine. This is season 7, episode 2. Before we get off into the episode, I wanted to do a very brief reading on one of the ladies. The lady that I picked out is Quad. For some reason, Quad stood out in last night's episode. So I want to do a quick little reading about her. Quad was born May 13th, 1980. That makes Quad a Taurus. And according to my book, it says May 13th people often have great popular appeal in their immediate social circle or in society at large. So that was the first sentence. Hell, we know that that's true. You know, Quad is very popular on this show. She is a fan favorite. Let's get into some of Quad's strengths. It is saying that Quad is natural, she's playful, she's unrestricted. I think we could tell by that, you know, the way she dresses and carries herself. And, you know, she has that playful part in her personality. We see that when she's with Heavenly, probably more than any of the women. Her weaknesses is she is superficial. I could tell that she suffers from being delusional at times as well. She is erratic, and it says she is depressed. Okay, so let's get off into the advice that the book has for Quad. It says that the decision is yours. Should you choose the more difficult path, you will have the joys, but also the responsibilities that accompany the developing of talents to the fullest. Do not be disturbed by those who criticize your sense of ease. On the other hand, do not be so easily self-satisfied. Okay, so that's pretty much what they say about Quad. It says a lot more, but honey, we ain't got time for that. I just wanted to give y'all the tea about Miss Quad, honey. And really quickly, since I'm talking about Taurus, one thing I have noticed about Taurus in the past from dealing with them is they are very hard workers. But what I would say I don't really care for in their character, and I do see it in Quad's character, is Taurus tend to play victim. So they don't really own their shit all the time. Sometimes it feels like they want to be babied and coddled, and, you know, they're very family oriented. They're gregarious. They're popular. They could dress to the nines, honey, but it's something within that sign that wants to play victim, kind of wants to be a child. And no, you got to own your shit, boo-boo. Okay. Now let's get off into this episode, honey. Okay, so the episode starts out with Simone. You know, she's back at home, living with Cecil and one of the sons. So, you know, she's complaining about the damn trash. What else is new with Simone? Simone does not strike me as somebody that wants to come home, cook, take out the trash. She don't want to do nothing domestic, honey. Okay. Next, we got Heavenly and her daughter, Alora. You know, Heavenly takes her to get her nails done. Alora is 13 years old. We have watched this child grow up. She was always too damn grown, you know, for her own damn good. Constantly checking Heavenly on her mannerisms and how she treats people. The shit is funny, though. So they played back some old clips of that. Heavenly is talking to her about, you know, she's getting older now, and now Alora, you know, don't want to hang out with her mom like that no more. You know, Heavenly says, I know she's getting older, I know she's meeting new people, but that's my baby girl. I still want to hang out with her and do fun things together. She said that when Alora was younger, they used to spend most of their time, you know, together. But Heavenly, the girl is getting older, honey. She can't wait to get the hell away from you. Heavenly was like, well, honey, I think what I have concluded from talking to you is that we should spend more time together. And Laura was like, mommy, we don't need to do that. And Heavenly is a fool. She was like, I see you come home and you just go in that room and stay. What is you doing? She said, I'm talking to my friends. I'm doing what I'm doing. Don't be worried about what I'm doing, mama. Heavenly is a damn fool. That shit was funny, though. I love their little scene. And that girl is looking more and more like Heavenly each day. Okay, so next we got Scott and Contessa. Contessa is on her way home. She gives Scott a call. And, you know, she ends up letting him know she's near the house, but she stops by McDonald's, you know, pick up a couple of hot cakes, burgers, some large fries. Anybody else was getting a little hungry while she was ordering that food? We got Scott at the house with them badass kids trying to cook steak. He got laundry and shit all in the kitchen, child. You know it get bad, honey, when that laundry is all up in the kitchen. So Contessa ends up coming in after this point. You know, the kids done already ate. You know, Scott done already fed them. Contessa comes in with the McDonald's and, you know, she's kind of hyping the kids up. She's excited to see them. You know, she's been away. She even told one of the kids, well, you could take these fries with you. You know, normally we don't allow no eating in the rooms, but you could have this. And Dr. Scott, honey, he was not having that. He was like, no ma'am, they just ate. I don't need you coming in here doing all of that shit. You know, he's bitter, you know, because he's been stuck with his own damn kids. That's what the fuck I don't understand with these men. You men ain't shit. Yes, I'm calling this shit out because I'm sick of it. You know, I feel like a mother has the right to pursue another career. You are this woman's husband. Help out with your fucking kids. Like, what the fuck is the fucking problem? All Contessa did was mention the fact that there was laundry, you know, in the kitchen. I think she kind of felt kind of guilty for being gone. So, you know, she wanted to come in, kind of make things easy for him and bring in some McDonald's and shit, you know. And he looking at her like, shit, I've been busting my ass with these kids. I'm tired. You know, you done took your ass off to Nashville for some damn harebrained scheme. Like, Scott, you was out of line for that. And Contessa was like, really? Like, damn, like, you got an attitude because I'm trying to better myself. You know, we both agreed that you would stay with the kids and I would go off to Nashville. But I told you, you know, the kids probably should have came with me. And Dr. Scott, he ends up getting upset and walking off. And I'm just looking like, that didn't go right. I thought that was wrong for him to say that she then went off to Nashville to do the little harebrained scheme. You know, it's just some shit she done concocted at the last minute. I didn't like that. You are this woman's husband. Contessa goes hard for that nigga. She really does on this show. You cannot talk about Contessa's husband, honey. Remember, she was about to put a knot upside Toya's head for talking about her man. So Dr. Scott, and I get you guys, this is all normal, couples fight, I get it. But I just don't understand why you are bitter, my nigga, because you got to take care of your kids. Them your kids. And in the words of Tokyo Tony, you fuck for them joints. Them is your kids. Okay, yours. What the hell do you niggas expect? You think the woman's supposed to have a career, take care of the kids, drop them off back and forth, don't have a life, don't better theyself, don't go out to the club. I think men really do feel that women should do every fucking thing. And take it from me, because I was co-parenting with an idiot at one point that thought I was supposed to do everything. Drop and pick the child off. You know, pick the child up. Do this. Could you help do? No, nigga, you hold down your part, I'm gonna do my part. What the fuck is wrong with these men? So we got Jackie and we got Heavenly. They meet, you know, and have them something to eat, something to drink or whatever. Basically, Jackie ends up telling Heavenly that she want to get all the girls together so they can all do a kumbaya and try to work out their issues. Jackie, I gotta clock your motherfucking tea, honey. I gotta get you together. Why are you being so one-sided with the whole Heavenly and Simone situation? Yes, I get Dr. Simone is your girl, but is you gonna ever check that bitch when she wrong? Why do you insist on blaming everything on their situation? Why are you blaming all of that on Heavenly? That ain't all Heavenly's fault. Cecil was saying all types of shit about Heavenly on Twitter, talking about how she need to pressure wash her motherfucking house. She was saying all of that. He was saying all that shit to her. So you think Heavenly, you know how Heavenly is. Heavenly got a reckless mouth on her. Okay, she go get his ass together. And that's what, she did. I don't get why Simone is so upset and, oh, I confided in you, bitch. Everybody knew you was mad that Cecil had stopped working. Everybody knew you was upset about Cecil hanging out with his friend all the time. That's what you was really mad about, truth be told. But we ain't gonna get off into that. But I don't see it as you are backstabbed, Simone. I don't see it like that. Jackie, you need to start checking Simone when she's wrong too, because even Heavenly said, well, listen, I am not the only one that was wrong in this situation. Here go, Jackie. Well, you was a little bit more wrong than they were. No. You are being biased, Jackie, because you are best friends with Simone. Anyways, Jackie lets Heavenly know, she's having a little event, this little emergent tea, not emergency, but emergent tea to get everybody together, work out their issues. She's going to have her spiritual advisor there from church to try to get everybody on the right page. I like how Heavenly brought up to Jackie. She said, child, and you paid Mariah dust, honey. You completely ignored her. Jackie playing stupid at the table. What you talking about? It was that part when Mariah said, oh, your slip is showing. And Jackie had said, well, I got on pants. I thought that was so motherfucking funny. But they didn't really get off into why supposedly Mariah was mad at that. Like Heavenly said in her confessional, she don't get why Mariah is so upset with Jackie about that. All Jackie did was repeat what Quad said. So, bitch, be mad at Quad. So Mariah, to me, just wants a new beef with somebody this season because she ain't got no storyline besides these drug allegations, but she don't want to talk about that. I believe that the shit is true. I really do. I don't look at Mariah differently if she did do that, but shit, I feel like it's how she's handling it, you guys, that looks suspect to me. Okay, so we got this next scene with Dr. Simone and Toya. Dr. Simone, I think what helps me like you is seeing you in your profession. You have wonderful bedside manner when you are talking to patients. You was talking to Toya like you didn't know her. You talk to her in a way of how you would talk to any and everybody. Like every time I see Simone with a patient, she is compassionate, she's friendly, she's transparent, she's helpful. If she could try to push some of those characteristics into her personal life, I think the bitch should be better off. But you ain't heard that from me, honey. But they get to talking about Toya's miscarriage. Shout out to my boy James Caldwell. Check out James Caldwell's channel. I think it's Spill It Boy TV. He's the one that called Toya out for being pregnant. He said, I think Toya is pregnant. Y'all remember when she got into it last week with Contessa and didn't really have too many comebacks. Toya don't never really have no comebacks, but James was able, honey, with his psychic abilities, honey, he was able to call that tea out, honey. And y'all know Toya kind of been up and down, with her weight and stuff like that. So, I kind of figured maybe she was currently pregnant. But yeah, Toya, she ended up losing that baby. And that's really sad for her, Eugene, and the boys. Because it sounds like everybody was looking forward to, the possibility of maybe having a little girl. The little boys wanted probably a little sister. They're going to be moving into the big house. So I'm sure it was really sad and emotional and uncomfortable for Toya and the family to go through all of that. Dr. Simone ends up, checking her uterus and stuff and, making sure that there is no more signs of, the miscarriage, I guess, inside of her. I apologize, you guys. I don't know how to word those medical terms, but, she miscarried. Yeah, Simone wanted to make sure Toya's uterus was empty from everything. So that's pretty much what happened with that. And I felt bad for Toya. Y'all know I don't normally do Toya like that, but I did feel bad for her and her family. So next we got Contessa, Quad, and Heavenly. They all look nice. Quad, I don't like the short blonde hair on you. I don't like that. I like your hair. You're one of those people, I don't really like you with short hair. I don't think you could pull it off that well. Maybe a bob or long hair is your best bet, and for it to be dark. That's just how I feel about it. But Quad, her dress was sharp. She's really stylish. I loved her earrings. Basically, they're all talking. Contessa goes into the whole spiel of the shit that her and Scott is going through. And, you know, at one point she felt like Scott felt like she was just the damn housekeeper. She's just supposed to be these kids' mother all the time. And she doesn't understand why he is not being fully supportive of her trying to embrace, you know, this new career. Quad talks about her divorce with Dr. G is still not final, is still dark and ugly, is still some decisions that need to be made. Heavenly calls out Quad and say, honey, I think that Miss Quad is ready to date, honey. Is you ready to date? Quad is ready to fuck. I don't know if she ready to date because she got to talk about dick, honey, talking about she like hers long, hard, and big. I said, amen, sister, amen. Quad got to talking about how, you know, she ain't been with that many people, and Dr. Heavenly made a joke saying she only been with Daddy. He the only person, you know, she that slept with. And Contessa was like, girl, the lies you tell, lies and lies. Quad started laughing. I really enjoyed their scene together. I think all of them hanging together, I'm really feeling them. Y'all know I really don't do Contessa like that, but I did like Contessa this episode. I liked her hanging with them, So next we got Jackie talking to her spiritual advisor, honey, with the blue hair. I love that blue hair, honey. I loved it. She's letting her know, hey, I got you here because I don't want to be in the middle of things. I don't want to be accused of being biased towards certain people. And I really felt like it was a good idea, you know, for Dr. Jackie to bring somebody in because they will accuse her of being biased, honey. And she is kind of biased, I feel, when it comes to Simone. We got Mariah and Aiden. His punk ass is helping her pick out a dress and a hat. Mariah, that dress and hat that you picked out, that blue, you look good. Mariah was the best dressed. That bitch can dress her ass off. Y'all know I don't fuck with Mariah like that, but that bitch, that's a clean motherfucker. When Mariah got her ass up in there, she saw Heavenly in her blue and said that Heavenly be trying to copy off of her. I don't know about all that, Mariah. I liked your blue better, even though I like Heavenly way better than you. But whatever, girl. Keep dreaming. So we got everybody at the tea. Everybody is there. Dr. Contessa, what kind of dress did you have on, honey? Dr. Contessa, you got a nice body, honey. I want you in a good dress. Simone, what the fuck was that on your head? And you had the goddamn nerve last week to talk about Heavenly's fashions, bitch. Your dress was alright, but what was that hat? I don't even think it really matched your dress. It was a little bit lighter than your damn dress. So, all the ladies are going to have a turn to talk about their concerns with one another. Mariah starts out, they got these cards. You could say, I felt hurt by, I felt disappointed by, you know, so I forgot what card Mariah picked out, but anyways, her beef is with Dr. Jackie because of what Dr. Jackie had said on that Open and Honest show about, you know, Mariah, you know, doing drugs. Mariah's whole thing is she felt like Jackie shouldn't have brought up such salacious comments that were made about her. She feel like they are false allegations. Mariah, my issue with you is you contradict yourself. Last season, you sat up there and you lied the whole season on Heavenly about her man having an affair on her. I know plenty of people that slept with Daddy. You said all of that. several times throughout the season just to get in daddy's face and say, I apologize and I shouldn't have brought you into our beef. And girl, so you lie on people too. You put out false allegations. So the shit came back on you. Dr. Jackie didn't do shit to you. She just brought up what Quad has said about you at the reunion, which is she saw your ass sniffing on the goddamn cocaine. Okay, it's either true or it's not. To me, you keep on making it this big deal, and yes, it is a big deal, I guess, if you didn't do it, but could you quietly go about talking about this shit? Like, could you be an adult? Could you keep your beef with Quad? That's what it is. That's what it is for me. Like, keep that shit on Quad. You want to call Quad all types of bitches for saying that, but the fact that you tried to start a new beef with Jackie just because she repeated something, well, she shouldn't have went on that show talking about it, and she was talking about it like it was true. And to me, you like a hit dog will holler, honey. You acting like it's true. So you should just be mad at Quad and really confront Quad and be like, bitch, when did you see me sniffing that shit? Like, be more direct with Quad, not with Dr. Jackie. So next we got Toya. Toya ends up, getting emotional with the shit that she has to say to the ladies because she feels like she doesn't really know who's her friend. I really think all of this is really pointed more so towards Contessa, because y'all know she did help Contessa get on this show. I guess she referred her, to be on here, and then it was cool. I wonder, though, the nature of their relationship before Contessa got on this show, because my guess is they really were not. You know how you acquaintances with somebody, but the respect ain't there. Contessa, in my opinion, comes off as if she's better than Toya. Like, she sees Toya as just a baby mama. She just somebody that married, Eugene, and that's it. And the bitch is simple and ghetto. And some of that may be true. But I don't like women like Contessa that feel like they're better than people because of the career choices she's made versus the career choices that somebody like Toya has made. But Toya, let me get on your ass. You still need a damn job though. Okay. You still need something to do because you be getting caught up in shit too. I wish that you would have spoken more directly towards Contessa instead of just speaking out in general and shit. That was my only issue with what Toya was saying. But I think Toya was more or less still hurt from, her miscarriage. She didn't want to share with all the ladies. We know Simone knows, but she don't really trust everybody in the group. So that it is what it is. Next, we got Quad. Basically, honey, to make a long story short, Quad went on and on at that goddamn table about how they judged her for handling the end of her marriage, how she kind of separated herself and wouldn't open up and tell them certain things. And, I thought y'all worked out all this shit last season. That's why I was like, I know Quad is not going to be good with everybody in the group, especially Mariah. I think she'll always be at odds with Mariah. And hell, you can kind of add Toya to that list. I think everybody else she can kind of work some shit out with. But went on and on. It's all about me. See, that's that Taurus. That's that victim shit. Oh, I was hung out there to dry. I said, Quad, if you don't get your ass to the goddamn point, the ladies in their confessional wait for her to get to the goddamn point. Toya almost walked off from the confessional because she couldn't wait. Dr. Jackie was like, okay, Quad, all right, bitch. Like, come on. Then, Quad, you had to, after you do that long ass speech, they asked you to pick, your cards. You picking out more than 2 cards and shit. You just too exaggerated. You be doing too much. What I do like about Quad is she's fashionable. She's fun. She's no nonsense. Quad is very likable. But what makes Quad unlikable is some of the shit that she was doing in this episode. Just acting very selfish and, everybody did her so wrong. And, yes, some of them did, but some of the shit was from last season, okay? And I will get into more of what Quad did to piss me off on this next scene, honey. I like how the spiritual advisor validated Toya's feelings, Mariah's feelings, at Quad's, anybody that spoke, she was really there to be supportive of them, even though she doesn't know them like that. So I really loved her vibe and her energy. And then next, Quad had mentioned lastly that, there was somebody in the group that she once cared for. Now that camera went to Mariah. I said, bitch, it ain't you. She don't say it for you no more, Mariah. Okay. She ended up saying, I am really saddened by where me and Simone's relationship is because, once upon a time, we used to be really close, and now Simone don't see it for you, Quad. And I now that I'm looking at some things, I'm kind of seeing, and I hate that I'm saying this, honey, but I'm kind of seeing where Simone is coming from. I'm still not Simone's biggest fan, you guys, but I can kind of understand how she feels about Quad on this last part. So anyways, Quad ended up telling Simone at the little tea that she wanted to meet with her outside the lady so that they could have a private conversation to work out their relationship. So the last scene is the last scene. We show Simone at dinner. She's waiting on Quad. I think she waited for like a fucking, hour and a half, 2 hours. Like, bitch, I would have got up. Quad, number one, you're late. You cannot make amends with a motherfucker and you come up in that bitch late. You didn't even apologize for being fucking late. Then you came up in here and your tone was different from when you were at the tea. At the tea, I see what Simone was saying. Simone was just basically paying attention to Quad's tone about what happened a year ago. And I'm with Simone. Y'all already had talked about that. And at the reunion, they had showed Simone saying that her and Cecil would be in support of Quad. Now, I get Simone and Quad ain't cool because Simone, you've been on this whole kick that, now you cool with Mariah and your whole little friendship, it looked like what Mariah is based off of the fact that neither one of y'all see it for Quad anymore. That's where I feel like you kind of petty with it, Simone, because I really don't think you like Mariah, but it's like, well, we both don't like the same bitch, let's hang out. That's where you wrong, Simone. But Quad, your slip was showing last night. Your slip was showing, and that selfish, it's all about me. That's another thing with Taurus. They like to bring up the fucking past. And, well, last year, and you was coming at me, and you had got really nasty with me. And Simone was trying to follow her. She was already pissed off that this bitch was late. And Simone is like, I know this bitch ain't talking about what happened last year. Now, we done already nipped that in the bud. We need to figure out what we could do to get our friendship back on track. And that's what I thought this bitch was here to do. She the one called me to be here. So Simone ends up getting impatient with Quad. They get into it. They have words. Simone storms off. Y'all know that motherfucker Simone always storms off when she mad, honey. And Quad is like, well, you shouldn't have never been, bringing that shit up. You shouldn't have been talking all that shit. Now your ass running. Your ass is scared. Quad, that right there, behavior reflects intentions. And I can tell by your behavior, bitch, you was not at that dinner to make amends. You was there to criticize, to take everything a couple of steps back instead of moving forward. So you was there on the wrong fucking mission, okay? And that's pretty much what happened, you guys, and the episode went off. Please let me know how you felt about this episode down in the comments. Whose side are you on when it comes to some of these beefs? Let your girl know. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It is your girl, brand new, and I am out.